This week, the guys paid tribute to the passing of Bob King, the father of superfan and loyal friend Ed King. They shared an interesting story Ed had told them about Bob and managed to make it through with less than a dozen interruptions and off-topic anecdotes. And that checks out.
You've ruined it already, Wilson.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to That Checks Out. I've been told by a lot of people the last few weeks that I am the sidekick. Ted Wilson over there is, I guess, the star of the show, Damon Paracchio. Across from us, we have the man with a plan. He does everything else except be funny, Brian Big Mac.
Yeah, but you nailed that, except be funny. Right. You did get a new box, though, Brian. Tell us what the box does again.
What box? Oh, this?
Yeah, what box? The one you just showed off. It's like, can you see this?
The one that Damon said, does it make us sound better? And
It
you
is
said,
the PreSonus Faderport production controller.
Yeah, so then what did I ask you, Brian? I said, hey, does that make us sound better? And you said, well.
It said it has a mute button.
It has a mute button. Yeah. So Brian's a juice box from the minute we walk into the studio every day. So when we say he's not funny, folks.
He's
just
not wrong, though,
hates,
either.
No, but he hates me.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's, yeah.
Well, that checks out, everybody. That's our show.
Yeah, well, we're going to leave on a high note. And first time we've ever been solid from start to finish.
That's
so
right.
I think we're going to wrap it up.
That's right.
You can just leave the intro music playing. It'll just be the intro and the outro right through. You can just leave it playing.
You know what, though? It wasn't until you turned it down that I finally caught what you're saying. Like, yeah, my drum roll went right into the beat of the.
Yeah, you were like John Bonham. You were rocking it out, man. It was awesome.
And I got angry because it was too darn loud. Can you turn that down?
Yeah, well, we're old now. We're old. So it's like, I think the music's too loud.
I'm afraid you're just too darn loud.
Yeah, Ted's other comment was, those kids were on my damn lawn again. That was his other comment. Brian's like, what does that have to do with the podcast? I don't know, but they're on
Do you know how long it takes to regrow that grass, Brian?
Can you get the audible of me shaking my hand so I can just play it for them and don't have to say anything? But, this is the part where we normally catch up on our week.
Yeah.
And this week, I don't know, last night I had some interesting stuff. It was not cool whatsoever. I was off today because I work tomorrow. That's why we're recording today.
Yes.
And my job was to get my house ready for the fantasy football draft that I'm having tomorrow, like an hour after I get home, so I don't have time to do it. And so last night, getting home from work, my big thing was I'm just going to go ahead and get ready, right? And sit down and relax. And that's all I want to do, okay?
All you want to do is zoom.
Yeah. So Nicole comes in the door. She took Chuck to practice, and I didn't go to practice last night. I've had so much heat this week, out in the heat and stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to practice tonight. They're doing agilities
we did
and
say
stuff.
it was going to be a hot one.
It was,
and we were not wrong.
We were not wrong. Correct. So anyway, I get home. She comes home. She goes, hey, the battery light's on in the van. I go, of course it is. Now, this is after I just got out of the shower after the hot day, which, by the way, this week, if I was keeping score, it's deodorant 3, Damon 0. And everyone else can actually back up the fact that, yes, I lost the deodorant battle every day. So anyway, I actually feel good, like getting out of the shower, and then that's what I get, that, they'll on the bathroom door. I'm like, I'll be out in a minute. All I want to do is relax for a minute, So I come out. And she's like, hey, the battery light's on. I'm like, of course it is. Let me go put on some different clothes and I'll go outside and deal with that, So come to find out, have AutoZone not far from the house. So I run over there and I said, the battery's new. I said, can you test the alternator? Because I know the alternator's bad. If the light's on, it's got to be the alternator. And because coincidentally, it's what I do for a living, not wrenching on them myself.
What,
but
taking multiple showers and getting ruined?
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit. That's what I do for a living.
I mean, you do seem pretty obsessed with the shower here, so I believe it.
But so I tell him he test the alternator. It's not working. So I said, you know what, just sell me one. So I get it. I go out to start the van. I'm going to take the van home. I'm like, I'll drive the van down there. I bought another vehicle already. I've had it sitting down there. And I said, I'm going to go get it. I'm just going to swap it out. I couldn't even start it to leave the parking lot of AutoZone. And I go, and it gets better, So I'm standing outside with some guy and we're jumping it, but I'm in a face mask. I'm sweating,
Time code that, Brian, because I want you to say some guy over the top of that.
Some guy, just in case we ever need that again, because some store
Yeah.
Some guy.
That's our That's our
Hold
thing.
on.
He's
All
not
right.
paying attention.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
go
put
ahead.
a marker there.
He literally
Got
not
it.
paying attention.
He's over there with the new box.
So you're outside with some guy.
Some guy. So I get it jumped. I drive it home, and I realize I shut the air off right away because I don't want to use more. I'm running on battery.
Oh, this is already gross.
Oh, it's bad. But I don't have to go far,
Right.
from where I live. So much like the gas station, I live right there. I live there.
If just the hill was going the other way, we could just pushed it.
Right. So I'm getting it home. Every light, it comes on like the Christmas tree because I'm like, I have like no voltage. This thing's going to stall. I spin around the cul-de-sac. I park it in the street 'cause it's easier for a tow truck to pick it up. Put the part on the floor. And then I remembered I put the window down because I had the air off. And so I'm literally like trying to rev the engine to get anything I can out of it to get the window up. I get the window up. I lock it up. And I go inside and I yell upstairs. And I know Nicole had already changed. She's probably getting ready to get in pajamas. It's like 8 o'clock. I go, hey, you dressed? Nope. I said, better get dressed. We're going to where I work, to pick up another car. So we drove down there, picked up the other one, brought it home. And the tow truck came and got that one this morning. And they told me today while I was off, hey, truck's fixed. So or the van's fixed. So I'm like, cool. So I'll swap out tomorrow, whatever. But it's like last night, then I think I got home about 9:40. Then you want another shower.
Right.
Then you're trying to relax. You can't, So then I had the alarm set for early this morning. I woke up before that because I couldn't sleep. I'm like, oh man. So it's been like the last day. And then getting here today, we talked about it when I walked in. It was much harder to get here today than it was to get here like when we record in the morning.
Right.
It was including construction work, blacktop, everything else outside. It was nuts,
Yeah. Oh, I so you didn't hear my whole story because you were still hot from your story.
Yeah.
I missed the light, so instead of coming around the front of the building, I went around the back.
Yeah.
I pull in the street. You can't get down the street at all. Like there's not an inch you can. I couldn't have gotten a whisper past those trucks. So I come around the other way to come in through the front, and the public works truck, because they're taking down some trees, blocking the street still, and also trying to block this parking lot, which I don't know if you know this is not part of the street.
Yeah. Correct.
So I just start to turn into the parking lot in that weird like extra bit that's on the side of the building.
Yeah.
And the guy in the truck is shaking his head at me, and I just keep shaking my head yes, and just like kind of up it on the curb and just kind of slide through. And I'm like, I'm in. What do you want me to do about it? Like, you can't block the businesses and the street. You got to pick one, buddy.
Yeah, I'm going right there. Just let me in the parking lot.
Right here. Right here.
They were just wrapping up.
Seabass is holding the spot for me right over there.
So, but hey, the other thing on the way here, just so you know, because now we're back in a 14-day ban of like eating inside restaurants.
Oh, that's right. I'm not from this county,
so
I forgot about that.
So it's like 92 or whatever it is, 94 outside, and it's humid.
Yeah.
So it's probably pushing 100 with the heat index.
Sure.
I'm driving down the street. I see the IHOP. They're serving pancakes to people outside.
The whipped cream is just like
But my point is,
disappeared by the time they get there.
how bad you like, I got to get me some flappies. I'm going over. I got to get me some flappies. I'm going. It doesn't matter. It's a hundo. I'm outside. I'm eating flappies. Endless flappies? Holy crap. Are you kidding me?
You promised me flappies. We're getting some flappies.
Right. So, I mean, but how hard up do you got to be? Because number one, I could go to the air conditioned store, buy a box of Flappy Mix, and go home and make my own. And then, you know what? Those are kind of endless too, as long as I want to keep working. But I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, and that's of all foods to pick that. If you're like at Dairy Queen and you're like, I'm going to get some ice cream and sit outside. Okay.
Yeah, the line at Sonic, because I came the other way, was around the building.
Yeah.
Sure.
But you're literally eating a thick, heavy, warm food,
That cost a nickel to make it home.
Right.
That's the thing, is like whenever I get a breakfast and it's always pancakes or toast, well, I'm at the menu, my brain is always like, you love pancakes, get pancakes. And as soon as they're like pancakes or toast, I'm always like, toast.
Yeah.
Because by the time I eat, the eggs and whatever else, then you're just like literally throwing like solid naps into your mouth after that. Like,
oh, I know. Yeah.
It's like eating pillows. I'm gonna eat those coma flaps real quick. Slide those in. And it's the cost too. Like I can't justify not like 2 pieces of toast are that expensive, but like I don't have a box of Totes Mix at home. You know what I mean? Like I don't have we don't eat bread at home because my kids don't like sandwiches. I'm trying not to eat just like
keep the carbs down a little bit. Yeah.
I'm not avoiding carbs, but bread is just not good for anything. So if I'm out having a thing, I have pancake mix at home, which I won't make either because of the carb issue. But man.
But if you wanted pancakes today, would you go out and eat them on the picnic table in the backyard?
No.
No. So that was my
and
point.
then you can't have toppings on them either because they would just be like slime by the time they got from the door to your picnic table.
The only positive thing I could think of is every time I go somewhere like that, they have the butter and the butter's rock hard and frozen. So you're sitting there. There's no way it's going to be too solid sitting on the table.
I can see them being dumb enough to put it on the hot pancake because that's usually what they do to try to make it semi-spreadable. Right. But if they did that, it would literally be gone by the time you got there.
Yeah.
It would be like the outside rim would be like dry and crusty, and the middle part would just be like a swamp of sadness.
It was something. There was only 2 couples out there at different tables, but I'm still thinking to myself, why?
See, I wish we were together at this point because I would have been like pulling there.
Yeah,
I would have been like, I want to know.
Yeah, we don't do interviews on this show, but we're gonna bring somebody in and be like, what are you thinking?
We would have legitimately rolled down the windows, slid out Bo and Duke style, just sat on the doors and been like, what's up?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We slid all the way out.
Is someone dying tomorrow? Like, why are we doing this?
We leave the air on in the car. And we talk
the lower
from inside.
half would still be, I'm not fully committing to this bit, just partially.
But that stuck in my brain. So I can't seem to find a time where I come to the studio, whether it's nighttime, daytime, whatever, where there's not something that is just like, you got to talk about this. It's amazing. And I don't know.
You drive through like the Bermuda Triangle or something.
Yeah.
To get here.
It's really weird. But do you have anything interesting happen this week?
Well, let me think about it. Well, what I was thinking the other day, I don't remember how we got on this subject, but someone was saying how they missed I know that you don't drink these kind of beverages, but Slice, the lemon lime soda that Pepsi used to
remember
make.
it. Yeah.
What happened? It was so good.
You know what? That was...
they came out with Slice. It was literally like drinking, like you would crack open a lemon, and just shotgun those right in your mouth. Like, that was so delicious. And then they came out with Sierra Mist, which is like, all right, I guess. You're here now. This is what we get. And then they changed that to Mist Twist. And I'm like, well, we're done.
Never had that.
I'm out. You don't miss it.
Is it worse?
They went back to Sierra Mist.
Okay.
Because it was that bad. Go back to Slice. I would once a year, in my current situation where I shouldn't have sugar at all, I would once a year crack open a Slice for, nostalgia's sake.
Yeah.
What happened? It probably went away. It probably had real sugar in it. It's probably what it was. It probably went away with the corn syrup.
So did you were having this conversation, or you actually found some?
No, I was having this conversation, but I don't remember why.
Okay.
But it's just is there anything from your childhood that
I desperately want to have?
Or just once, just try it again, food-wise.
No, I don't. Maybe some certain things like my mom used to make when I was younger, which I could probably still have those now, something like that. But otherwise, no. I mean, I will tell you.
Oh, I know what we want.
What's that?
We want legitimate school pizza.
Oh, we do. Because we
have tried.
And we talked about that on here, and we failed. We failed miserably. Still have a box of that crap in my freezer. So probably need to throw that out. But no, so we're doing my fantasy draft tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
that reminds me. Hey, Brian, party at Damon's house tomorrow morning?
Yeah.
It'll be clean.
The house will be clean.
Yeah.
The pizza won't be there yet, but there's odds are the chips and pop and all that other stuff.
Oh, well, hey, where are you ordering pizza from? Brian, let's change them all to olive.
Yeah. Hey, this is Paracchio calling back with that order. We need olives on everything.
We need olives, and can you make one crust out of sliders?
Yeah.
You just mush sliders down into a crust.
Yeah.
All right. So
you saw the picture. My family did that to me this week. So I'm like, oh, that's how I know they listen. They went ahead and they didn't eat them at my desk, but they put it there knowing that I would see it. So it's
those things usually hold a reek, those bags.
Well, so hand to God, I knew they had them because I got home and I wasn't, last week. And let me apologize to anybody who chose last week to be the first podcast you've ever listened to of us. Odds are you're never going to hear this because you're not listening this week, okay?
They did not come back.
But that was my fault. I really felt so under the weather, it wasn't even funny. But I felt that way into this week. And I got home and got met with, when I opened the door in the fridge to go get unsweetened iced tea, the breakfast of champions.
Which, as we must say, is just iced tea.
Right, but it's unsweetened. Roman,
it's not unsweetened.
It's whatever. It's unsweetened iced tea.
You did not sweeten it and then take the sweetener out. It is just iced tea.
We do at my house.
Oh, well,
we do.
Never mind. I was wrong.
Yeah, we do. We have
you boil it out.
Still system.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a still. Yeah, it's like moonshine. So anyway.
I think that you said that just to make me look like an ass, but sure.
Yeah, but I grabbed the tea, and as I open the fridge, they're in there.
Ugh.
So I get hit. I'm almost like ill from the smell. And it was horrible. And they're laughing. And then when they finished eating them, they're on my desk and their bag and this and that. So I thought it's worthy of a picture. And they didn't smell that bad then, but the fridge, it's all closed in there. The bag's open on top. I'm like, are you kidding? Are we doing this on purpose? This ain't like Arm & Hammer where we're trying to kill something in the fridge. This is we're trying to kill Dad, So
Man, it smells really good in here. Let's get that Arm & Hammer back there.
Yeah.
Throw that in.
Yeah. What do you got that's opposite of Febreze? Oh.
Yeah, my refrigerator smells like frosting and melons. Can we change that up real quick?
Yeah.
But you said you apologized. I got more compliments last week about last week's show than you
Really?
Yeah. A lot of people are like, man, this has been a fun one. You guys are on a streak now. You're on a roll.
Really?
And, yeah.
Okay, then I will take it, but to that one guy that's probably like, my buddy said I had to listen to this. You picked the wrong episode.
Well,
So, and honestly, so I'd like to tell you, if you're going to listen to another episode, say this is your first one and you're going to listen to another one after this, I would like to hear you pick maybe like a Points Matter or there's a couple of my favorites that I like those. I do like the the Pet Crevices and a Lucid Dream. I like that one because I think that was one of my first business ones where I was doing business pitches. There's certain ones where I'm like, man, this is really, they're not smart yet barely entertaining.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. So and again, I think the very first one, what is it? I'm just saying that was probably one of my favorites too because the energy was just so high.
Oh yeah, we had all this built in. Like we're going to talk about this, we're going to talk about this, we're going to talk about this, and we did. And then we forgot stuff and did a sequel. I'm just saying too,
which was not popular at all.
I know none of you have listened to it. Please go back and listen to it. It is pretty funny.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, so if you're listening to this, don't go back last week and be like, I'm going to catch up in reverse order. Don't do that. Okay, go and hop around a little bit and pick some stuff out.
It's weird because someone new could pop in and just do it. It's not like you have to listen to them like a serial, but you're going to miss a lot of the inside jokes and a lot of the runners we have inadvertently. We just start like something. We'll say something funny in episode 3, and it'll just keep running through for a few. And
it's fun. Like when I coaxed you into staying in my deck. That was awesome. You know what I mean?
You said deck, right?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a solid honor. That's what we do. So when I'm saying that again to that one guy. I want to apologize for last week, but apparently, and my wife said the same thing. She goes, I liked it. And I thought, cool. Well, she liked it because she got to eat sliders afterwards and then shove them in the fridge. But that's a food that she likes and they want to have. Fast forward backwards, where I was going with this is I always send her, she'll call me at the most inopportune time and go, I'm going to the store. What do you want? Okay. I don't make a grocery list on the fly. I do know what I need for tomorrow. Now, one of the things I told her was, because I want root beer, right? So we get some 2 liters of pop and stuff for the guys. I got 9 other guys coming over. We're going to draft. I said A&W root beer. So there's certain...
or Barks?
If she gets Barks, I send it back. Okay? We're done. Okay? And again, I'll drink Barks if I'm at a restaurant and I want root beer. Normally, I just drink tea. But if I want root beer and they have Barks, I'll drink it. But I really like A&W, or remember Hires root beer?
Yeah, I do.
Okay? It's those flavors of the root beer where it's like you don't usually have those. And I know you got IBC, which is really good, but it's expensive. And you drink the bottle and you're like, cool. And you're in a restaurant and they're like, oh, not refills. They're $4 a piece. Yeah. Awesome. I could have bought a 6-pack for that, but that's cool, or 4-pack, however they come,
Same as like milk at a restaurant.
Right, yeah.
You might get 2 gallons for that.
Yeah.
You could just throw a little bit more in there.
Does that come with a steak? Because I feel like I'm buying half a cow for what you're giving me right here. But like I said, so that it's not that I have to have that stuff, but it's just certain stuff where I like that that certain thing. The other thing that makes me think of tailgating and stuff too, like a good potato salad or something like that, But I can't think of something else. Maybe a good stuffed pepper soup. Huh? What do you think?
You know what's funny about your picture?
Oh no!
Where you thought you were good, like you took it because you thought it was funny, but like our Canadian audience of one, David McCauley.
Yeah,
this thing he called out was that you were using the mouse on the left side, and we won't go into that right now. Why?
Right.
But my dad used to do that because he was left-handed.
Yeah.
So I can use the mouse on either side now. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
And it's just weird. I don't even think about it. Like I'll go to I work in a lot of different places and service computers for people, and the left-handed people usually have the mouse on the left-hand side, and they'll come in and like, oh, you can move that over. I'm like, no, I don't need to. I'm good. Like, well, you can move it over. I'm like, yeah. Conversely, you can leave it on the other side.
Most people can't.
Right.
Most people can't do that. So that says a lot about how your brain, you can just trigger it right over.
Like I grew up, it was his computer. I was using his computer. I figure I'm going to leave it the way I found it. Instead of forgetting, I will just use it on the left-hand side because, because it's the same thing when I go home now and I don't want to find my toilet lid down. I just want to go home to my own bathroom and be like, okay, cool. I could use it as I get here. That's the same thing. I just wanted to leave it as he found it or as he left it so that he could use it. And yeah, just funny, like all that stuff going on. You're dressed for work. You have that look of really on your face. There's an open bag of White Castle. And he's like, That mouse is on the wrong side.
Yeah, that's what I saw too. And he's like pointing that out. I'm like, yeah. And there's a very, very, very elusive reason why that is.
Right.
And someday I will address it.
Yeah, like I said, we don't need to talk about it now. But
Yeah,
it's just
someday
very,
I will address it. Hopefully, but that being said,
You seem very put off by it.
But it's probably a small thing that only certain people would get it. Or you'd think, well, that's like a mirror picture or something, but it's not. You can
I didn't think
honestly
about that.
tell it's
Yeah.
not a mirrored picture.
Right.
So no, kudos to him for picking up on that. But he's got that video brain, man. He
He
sees
works
it.
in computers too.
You know what I mean? He sees that and he knows. Another one of our listeners, I wanted to say something today. Are you unwrapping Christmas presents, Brian?
Yeah,
or?
right over there.
I'm adjusting.
Oh, okay.
He'll fix that in post.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, you know what's funny is you can talk into the microphone, no one can hear you, but as you're just moving it,
Yeah,
it's
as
like
you're-
the loudest thing. It's like a plane hit the
As
side of the
you're
building.
chainsawing the microphone in half.
What are you doing? I'm just shaving. Could you not do it with an electric razor? I don't know. Would that matter?
I don't remember what you were saying. I hope you do. Because I have no idea where we're going with this.
No. So that was just. We both look at each other like, "Is that us?"
Yeah,
Because
I did. I was like, is it my watch again?
Yeah, because if it's
I said,
us,
if it's my watch, I'm throwing it out.
So we did. We should say we did the episode of Intentionally Lola, and that came out today.
Yeah.
And we talked about it last week, but that came out today, and we shared that on our page and everything else. So if you haven't got to hear that, there's a link and everything. Go check it out. It's a different, little bit different take on us, where she tried to get deep with us. Unfortunately, we are very, very shallow people.
Yeah.
So
that ricocheted right out. Like
Yeah.
that stone just skipped right out of the pond.
yeah, I really feel bad for her because she had a thought in mind. Bless her heart.
Yeah,
It's
she was
just
like, I want to make you guys cry. And I was like, I don't think I have tears.
I think I looked at her and was like, "Are they canceling football today? Do you know something I don't know? Then I'm not. It's not going to work." You know?
And she fed you biscuits and gravy.
She did.
She dug a deep ditch to try to dig out of.
She did. She was. I was like, I'm going to be laying on a couch. She probably wanted me to like just get comfortable, Damon. Lay back. Tell me what's wrong in your life. You know?
So she gave me $2, and that's what it takes for me to lay down and get comfortable. And for you, it's 4
Ted's
biscuits
the
and some
almighty
gravy.
Quan. It's the almighty Quan. That's a great dig, right? Come on, Jerry Maguire. You got to know that the Quan.
I hate
But
you.
but I'm glad you got it.
Yeah.
Glad you got it. Help me help you.
Billy Idol's
I like
over
that.
here.
Yeah.
Sure.
But no, another listener who comments on a lot of our stuff, Ed. Okay.
Oh, I'm not familiar.
Yeah, not familiar at all. But Ed, he is in my fantasy football league, but he won't be there this week. His dad passed away actually several months ago. He's going and doing a memorial up north, and we'll be doing that. And I told him, I said, well, I'm going to mention something. He's like, really? I said, I'm going to mention something for your dad. He goes out and beats the drum for us every day about.
He's our biggest hype man.
I tell you what, you could offer the guy $100. He'd look at you and be like, no, you don't owe me nothing. Just do me a favor. Listen to my buddy's podcast.
Hey,
and
he's
I'm
getting
like,
paid the same amount I am. So.
yeah, we are all, what is this, pro bono?
Yeah.
What's it called? Or,
Yeah, Brian, I don't know if you know that we're all pro bono.
Yeah, pro bono. Not.
I don't speak French.
No, that's the lead singer from U2. We're all pro bono.
we're all pro bono.
We would vote for him.
I'm not really a fan of The Edge.
As
but-
being the biggest juice box ever. I can't stand that band. Yeah, where the streets have no names. Jump off that roof and land on the street.
Can
anyway,
we do this with or without you?
Yeah, we can. Yeah. So you want to know something? I like that one, and that tickled me a little bit, and it makes me mad because I was really
You know
going to
what?
go into a thought.
I feel terrible. I'm sorry. We're talking about Ed and his father. Please,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
not joke about it anymore. Go ahead.
Yeah. So he told me an interesting riddle, and I want it's a story from his dad, but it's a riddle, and I want to see what you think of it. So his dad was I don't know if he was drafted or enlisted, but he was going overseas to like Vietnam. Okay. And when he did so, he went to sleep on a ship. Okay. And he crossed the equator on what would be his birthday and woke up essentially missing a day of his life, missing his birthday. So his running joke to Ed was, I stopped, because if you miss a birthday, you're dead, right? And that's literally the story. I mean, that's how it goes, right? If your birthday's tomorrow and you don't see it, you ain't here. You're dead. So he tells Ed that he basically died at 20 years old. So Ed, who, his father, rest his soul, is having his services this week and going to have visitors and this and that. Ed says, my dad actually died at a younger age than me, and I'm 44. And it's a cool riddle if you really think about it. So, but that's the backstory. I'm like, you got to explain this to me. And I thought it was so interesting that, first off, the odds of that happening, pretty crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to go farther into it, to make it that deep, and to play that joke for what it's worth for, like me, I have awesome jokes. You know that. And I retell them all the time. Shut up, Mac. Stop. I don't even know what you're doing over there. Stop talking. Whatever. You're killing me.
You're tickling Mac today. He's having a good show.
Yeah.
Well, this is like, right around noon for him, right? So,
right. Yeah. This is 3:30. So that's like, you've been up about 2.5 hours now. Yeah, you're pretty giddy.
Good.
You're like me at 5 a.m. Congratulations.
Hasn't even got his shoes on yet.
Yeah. I noticed that when I came in. Yeah. Are you in socks? Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
He has a little bench here. Mr. Rogers pulls the cardigan
He's
out
got
of the
his
closet.
sweater on. Yeah. But no, I wanted to say something on Ed's behalf because he beats our drum to everybody all the time.
Yeah.
Honestly, at points more than me and you do.
Oh yeah.
So
absolutely.
I mean, like if we had a hype guy that we never want to hear him talk, it's you, Ed, and I appreciate that.
Well, I told you what he did on social media. He joined a fan.
He was telling me about that too.
Yeah,
for a show you guys like.
Yeah, a show we like. And
Yeah.
he's asking the people, hey, the show ended in 2014. He's like, hey, what have you guys been doing since the show? What do you do to get that feeling back, to capture
Right.
that magic? And he had a list of other things you could do, and people would vote on it. And then in the comments, anyone commented about it, he's like, oh, yeah, that's great. I like to do that. I also like to listen to this podcast where the two guys remind me of the two guys from the show. You guys should listen to it. And I was like, man, that's like brilliant.
Yeah.
Because this is like the backdoor sneak. You're like, hey, psst,
Yeah.
I got something for you.
Yeah.
I will say for all the listeners who pay attention, Damon meant the international date line because the time zones go the same way across the equator.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
I just
think his
don't want
story.
someone to ruin your story later with, oh, you know what you meant.
Yeah.
We all know what he meant.
Yeah.
Jerks.
But no. So
But if it was you, I think you would have put, 1976 to 1996, and then you would have put a gap, like in the little handout you put out, or little bookmarks you give at funerals, and then you would have put a little gap and put like 1996 to the rest of your life
Right,
again.
right.
People would like put the date in twice. I'm like, did I?
Did I or
Or did it intentionally?
Wrong on so many levels. Yet I love it.
Yeah.
Yet I totally love it. So, but no, I'll miss him tomorrow at the draft, and I know he's got other things.
Well,
he's
we'll be
doing,
thinking about you.
We'll
Sure.
be thinking about you, buddy. And I'm sure this sounds weird, but I'm sure that you're going to be telling people that you see tomorrow they need to listen to our podcast, and that may not be appropriate for the time, Ed, but we do appreciate what you do.
Yes, we do.
So, now another buddy, Carly,
Yes.
who I guess in the grand scheme of things would be like the third amigo of me and you and him.
Is he, who is he? Is he Ned Niedermeyer? Or are you Dusty Bottoms? Which one's which?
I'd actually like to get out of the three amigos and just be El Guapo. That would be me. So I would like to do that.
What do you mean? I don't know. That's a deep cut.
That's a deep cut.
Everyone
That's
should
a
know
deep cut. Yeah, you better know this. But no, we have a bet going because originally the three of us started where we said we're going to run a 5K, right?
Oh, yeah, that
when
was a while ago.
When we say run, I think we mean complete a 5K.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you've done several of
Sure.
at least virtual ones. You know, I have done them myself, but nothing like competitive or where they're like, "Hey, you get an award for doing this. You paid $20. You get this. You get this." I've done nothing like that. Our goal was to go together as a threesome and go do one and just be like, "Hey, we did this at 40 plus years old, and we all started out at well north of 260." You know what I mean? And we started. I started north of 300. I think he started right around there too. Well, anyway, you've done well. Okay. And me and him, even though, like I said, I jumped out and, hey, I lost 40, 45, 50 pounds. Well, about 35 of it came home, so that was solid.
Please, sir, can I come
A
home?
little knock on the door. It's so cold out here. I know. I get it. So, and you have Jimmy John's. Come on inside,
Yeah.
But we're doing a thing now every week where it's straight pound for pound. It's not because we're both in about the same range weight-wise on the scale. So the pound should come off about the same.
Right.
It's different. Like me and you, if we did it, it would be different because you're farther ahead than me and you've already lost a lot. So
It'd be harder for me to keep up.
it's harder
right?
for you to keep up. It would be body percentage.
So when it was the three of us, I was in that group and I could see it. I have no idea what your progress is now. So
Yeah.
are you gonna share that, or are you just
So
saying
no,
what's
my
going on?
progress now since I've started is I started when I weighed in with him. I only weighed in about 320 because when I started with us before it was about 335. Okay, and like I said, I was back about 320 when I weighed in with him. I'm in the twos now, which is nice, but I mean that's like throwing a deck chair off the Titanic. The boat's still sinking. You know what I mean? It's like let the band
Are we all
continue
right
to
now?
play. Right?
No,
No.
Got another chair? How about a bench?
What about that kid? So,
oh, women and children first? I thought they meant throw them off.
Right.
Was
right,
that not?
Right.
Oh.
Throwing them straight up in the air and letting them hit the deck doesn't do anything, buddy.
I totally missed that situation.
You said deck, right? But so we're doing this every week now. We've switched our weigh-in day because we were weighing in on Monday morning.
That's the worst.
Well, see, that's what's hard for me is I do family dinners on Saturdays and Sundays usually. Like we'll cook on the grill and it's good food, but I eat the vegetables, I eat the steak, I eat this, I eat that. I eat it on Sunday night.
Can you see my face?
Yeah, I can. I have a grill, Ted. Did you know I have a grill? I have a Blackstone. I make good hibachi on it and everything too. It's really good. You should come over sometime.
I didn't know.
You should come over sometime.
I should come over like on a Monday, right?
I'm busy that day.
You don't have it going on a Monday.
So now we switch. We're weighing in on Saturdays. So what that does, it keeps you legit on Friday night. Don't go out because he likes to drink, which he's cut back on that. And but he likes to drink, so it keeps him legit to where it's not like, hey, it's Friday night, I'm going out. He's got to weigh in tomorrow. You guys were talking about maybe getting a pizza today. I'm like, okay. Right. And you're like, we want to get olives. I'm like, go ahead. I'm just going to really bitch and moan about the smell because that's what I do. But I can't have pizza because I'm weighing in tomorrow morning.
Right.
So I'll have dinner. And I had some lunch and stuff, but I'm not going to go crazy with carbon up or, the night before. The bad part for me is I've been working outside in the heat and I've been drinking a gallon or two of water a day. So a gallon of water weighs 8 pounds. So you're putting 16 pounds. Now I'm going through it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm sitting here going, I'm sloshing. I can tell when I move, So that might not help me tomorrow when I tip out, but we bet $25 a week. And if you ever gain an ounce, it's an extra $10. If you lose, you got to throw an extra $10 in. So honestly,
very
expensive.
I guess the pot just goes back and forth.
Well, so the first week he beat me. Okay. And he beat me. He lost 7.6 pounds and I lost like 7 pounds. And I was, or 6.9. I was so excited. I'm like, 7 pounds. I got this. No, he snaked me. He never even told me any updates on him. I'm like, damn you. We weighed in and he got me. So the second week, I'm like, I'm not doing that. I didn't tell him nothing. We got to the end of the week and I'd lost 9.2 pounds that week.
Nice.
Okay. And I found my treadmill again. It's still in the basement where I left it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but I decided to use it. So I was doing that. And then now we've had an extended week because we switched our weigh-in. So instead of going this last Monday, we're going tomorrow. And he was on vacation. So I said, listen, you're on vacation. That's not fair. Go on vacation, do what you do, come back, hit it real hard for a week. You know what I mean? We'll weigh in. I'm not just going to take your money, And I don't know that I would because who knows? He could have went on and been very good and behaved. I got text from him saying the other way, so I don't think that's the case. But what I can tell you is if you're thinking about doing this stuff, it makes you accountable. Find somebody that's similar to you.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, when it was the three of us together, I was a lot better. Like, now it's just me, lone wolf.
It's hard to maintain. But
I'm maintaining,
yeah,
barely.
But, okay, so I'm
not losing anymore, though.
So say that me and Carly pull our head out of our you-know-where, and we get rocking.
Out of your Audiohive podcast?
Yeah, out of my podcast. But say we do that, and we get rolling, and we start getting up where we're sniffing you. We're 20, 30 pounds away, which I got a ways to go to get there, but we'll get there. You're going to re-up, man. You're not, because I know you. We're all competitive. Yeah. So you don't have anybody you're competing with right now. And you've already lost that weight. So like the first 30, 40, 50 pounds, I hate to tell you, I could do that just by changing how I eat and not being stupid and eating at dumb hours or this or that.
Right.
So
I mean, I would at this point just settle for anyone that would, not even compete against it. Just be like, hey, do you want to somehow socially distance run together or do just like do some sort of like exercise where at least you're like have some companionship or something, 'cause
right.
I've been doing it every night for over a year now, and there's some nights I'm like, I just don't have it anymore. I just don't have the energy or the desire. I just don't want to do it because it's just me in the treadmill or just me in the outside. And there's no one to be like, hey, we did it. You know what I mean? You get to the end, you get
Great
to the
job.
End, you get to the end, you turn around and look in the mirror, and you're like, yep.
Yeah.
We did it, buddy.
Hey, you're sweaty, and I can still see the outline of a bulge in my shirt.
Yeah,
okay.
And I've really got to move my treadmill to the basement. Right now, it's in my bedroom, which is the second floor.
So it's warm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, mine's in my basement, so it's ice cold, and it's good, you know. But the problem is, I helped you set that one up in your bedroom, and it's not easy. And it's heavy.
Which is why it's still in my room.
Correct.
I mean, I'm not using an excuse not to use it, but I also don't go full out on it.
Right. Well, because you're going to shake the
whole
house.
house.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter. You could weigh 150 pounds. And if you're doing that, you're moving the house,
right.
you know. So, no, I like the fact that mine's in the basement. But what I'll tell you, now, playing off the Carly thing, I wanted to talk about it. If you listen to the podcast, you listen to the podcast. I don't know. He did some artwork for us, but if he listens, I'm coming for you, buddy, and I'm going to use your money every week to pay for my podcast. So I appreciate that very much.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You just keep putting it in there. He throws it right in the PayPal account. But yes, as of right now, we are 1-1. So we're at
So I
zero.
don't know if you're actually paying off. You're just letting it run virtually.
No, we are paying off every week, and the reason being, like I told him, I said
It has to be a.
he come back. It's accountability.
Yeah.
So when he come back too, he goes, because he had some drinks and this and that. He goes, now I got to stop doing that again. Now, in my defense, I drink iced tea and water, and occasionally I'll have a pop of some kind. Okay.
Yes,
but
we met 3 root beer Damon the other night.
Right. Yeah. 3 root beer Damon, and I peed, and I still was not top notch. But my whole point is that I don't have something I can just cut out.
Right.
I don't, like some people, they'll go, well, I cut out pop and man, I'm losing, a couple pounds a week and I'm doing this. I don't have that. I cut out this, I did this. No, I had to actually make wholesale changes because I don't like sit down and eat cake. I look like I do,
Right.
I look like a man who has cake for a couple meals a day, but I don't do that stuff. And it's still, I got to work harder at it. But like you said, with the bread and this and that, I'd rather have a wrap than have a bun.
Yeah.
And that gets you by. And same with, I love potatoes. And I'm not doing keto. I'm not doing any other diets. I'm watching what goes in this hole here that's talking so that I can try to keep the rest of me small.
Well, that's what I did too. Because I knew if I went on some sort of diet, eventually I'd burn out on it.
Yeah.
So I don't limit what I can eat. I just limit the amount.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there are some stuff I clearly stay away. Like candy is no point. Or
right.
Or Flappies in 100 degrees. I don't eat those either. But next week I'm out of town all week. So that's eating out every day.
Yeah.
And that's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard because
you get tired of salads and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Well,
you get tired of salads, and anything that isn't a salad, you go from like 400 calories a meal to 4,400 calories a meal. You're like, what? What is going on?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's
I had a
tough.
plate of pasta and I feel like I ate bricks.
Yeah. Because at home, for breakfast, I try to eat some whole fruit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because juice is just sugar, and I just wanted something that's quick and I can grab it, and I know that, you know what I mean. So, but it's hard to do that in a hotel. Like I don't want to be going from hotel to hotel with a sack of apples like I'm Johnny Appleseed.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
Got the coonskin cap. I plant the seeds, man.
Yeah, pre 2020, they would have like a bowl of apples down the lobby. You could just grab one. I mean, they were usually that wet cardboard trash, the Red Delicious, but it was still better than going to McDonald's and getting like 4,000 calories on a disc.
Yeah, but sometimes apples make me hungrier. The acid and stuff in them.
Do they?
You eat them, yeah.
I mean, they also they're a replacement for coffee too. That'll wake you up.
I guess I've never had coffee, so I don't know. Hence, thanks for asking me on the way here, Mac. Hey, does anybody want coffee? Yeah,
it's delicious. You're missing out.
Just to point out, Ted is drinking
keep
coffee.
Going. I'm gonna have a drink real quick.
Ted is drinking coffee. Mac, are you drinking coffee?
I drank all mine.
That's all right, but you had coffee, right?
Yes.
Delicious coffee to start the podcast. Cool.
Pretty good.
So I came in. I'm drinking my own water that I brought from home.
Is it
because
tap?
I was not. It is tap water.
Okay.
Yes, because I'm that fancy.
Fancy.
But it's imported from Shanahan. You know where I'm from. So anyway, it's a tap
Manuka's
water.
toilet, right?
Yeah. Well, we're upstream, but yeah, it's the same thing. Shut up. But anyway.
What was that all about? I think it blew Mac's mind over.
I just remembered that I left a soda in the freezer.
Like the one right behind me?
Yeah.
If this door flies open, I'm gonna be like,
We're looking for applications for Sidekick.
You know who doesn't have these kind of problems? Tony Danza. I'm going to tell you that right now. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
At work today. No, at work today. We're in a Zoom-esque meeting. I don't remember what program I was. I was in 3
Tony
different
Danza
meetings.
there?
Someone made a comment and said, "Oh yeah, well, I said you had to do it." Someone else was like, "Well, who's the boss?" And in the chat, I was like, "Tony Danza." And just send it up.
Oh, that is so solid.
Yeah.
You had my back, and I wasn't even there.
I did.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
But it's like a whole bunch of like business stuff. Like,
Yeah.
well, this is what we need to do. This is the implementation schedule. This is what we need to do it. And Tony Danza just slides
See,
up.
he's got my back, Mac. But yet when I come here, there's like a coffee bar, and I mean
There's a TV screen at your back.
Yeah. There's everything is well placed if you're not me. So it's like we have delicious coffee if you're not Damon.
Yeah.
We have a television that's wonderful if you're not sitting where Damon sits.
Dude, is every time we come here, there's more stuff blocking our view of Big Mac.
Yeah. He's
Like every time we come here,
Well,
it's
I
like
think
more of a fort.
Well, but
over
today he's
there.
got the blankets and the pillows. What? It's a fort. I don't know what he's got going on
He has
over
been
there.
here all day.
Yeah, and the sign says no girls allowed. I don't know what he's got going on over there. So
I've got a curtain on the way.
yeah, I know it ain't a shower curtain because you're not even using the one that's in there. You could go get it right out of there right now. So, so the workout thing, you wish you had a buddy.
Yeah.
I talked about Carly. Can I give you my business idea?
Oh, man, I feel like I walked right into
I'm going to
this.
tell you right now, you're on board just by what you said because you need someone, Ted.
Can I say I'm out?
You can't say you're out.
We have to listen to him because that was masterfully done. Like,
Yeah.
we
Well,
walked,
look who's on your
we
side
walked
now.
right into it.
Okay, so
Look who's on your side now.
my bet with Carly prompted me for a new business idea. Okay. I don't know what I want to call it yet, but I'm leaning towards the fitness friend. Okay. Or my plump buddy or bulging buddies, binging buddies, whatever you want to call it, or the fat friend, but then PHAT. So you know what I mean? So not like, you don't want to be offensive.
Right.
The
You
fat
want to
friend.
make it like 1998. Sure.
All right. So you guys ready for my spiel? Because I really think.
I don't know. Right now, I just have the My Buddy jingle going through my head.
I
So
know.
thank
I
you.
thought about that too. Yeah.
My buddy and me. All right.
So it's not a workout partner, but it's someone who by comparison makes you look better. Okay. So we'll match you accordingly with the perfect partner. Like if you're obese, yet like still remotely attractive, we'll pair you with just a plain plumper. Okay. If you're ugly too, because this happens, people are fat and ugly. It happens, right? I wouldn't know what that's about, but it happens. All right. So if you're ugly too, we'll get you like a husky homely is what we call it. Okay. So now by comparison, when you're next to this person, you're a hottie. You follow what I'm saying? You automatically move up the ranks. So you haven't even got on the treadmill. For all I know, you could sit and watch TV with your, well, we'll call it fitness friend for right now. But you can sit and watch TV with your fitness friend, and your wife's gonna walk in the room and be like, "Ted, you're losing weight?" No, he's gaining weight, man. He's gaining weight. Ted, I really like you as bald. Yeah, because that guy's freak looking. He's ugly. You follow what I'm saying? I guess I put you in the homely category. Sorry about that. I should have went back. We just got your regular one, Ted. Brian.
Wow, he's really trying to get me on board with this.
Yeah, no, I'm
Brian's
serious.
already out. He's already back in his phone.
No, I'm telling you, right? He's probably Googling to see if this has been done already. Okay.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
All right. All right.
I mean, I do remember a guy that told a joke about going to the DMV because he looks hotter at the DMV. That seems familiar to me.
So what I'm saying is this is kind of off that premise, but it's not about being hotter. It's about just
Well, he looks better
If-
compared to the people in the DMV.
look. I know my limits, right? If I'm hanging out with like a sloth-looking water-retaining sea cow, guess what? I'm the hottie.
Okay.
Okay? By what? By comparison. All you need to do is be by comparison. Perspective is everything. Perspective is everything. If there was no hot, skinny people, I'd be really a lot more attractive. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying we're going to kill those people. However, I do have a business where we could do that. We've already talked about it.
So
You know?
let's say,
Okay.
here's my proposal for your name of the business. It's COME space PAIR.
And what's that mean?
Compare.
Oh, I like that.
So you come here, we pair you. Compare.
Okay,
But
okay.
then sounding like
So you're in.
audibly, it sounds like compare.
Yeah. But it's spelled.
Yeah, it's spelled like
Get over here,
we're
and I'm
going
gonna
to
get
pair
your buddy.
Yeah.
I like where you're going here. Okay. I like where you're going here. So now here's some awesome other tips. Okay.
Yeah.
You can dine with your buddy, and then that way, if you're like, I can't eat that right now, he can eat it. You can live through him. You're like, I want to have cheesecake.
So instead of taking, you can eat that right now. I thought you meant instead of taking it home and eating it later,
right.
you can give that to that.
No, you're
person.
like, hey, you know what? I really shouldn't have a fifth piece of cheesecake. But you know who can? That guy. Your buddy.
well,
okay.
it'd have to be a seventh breadstick because I know you can eat 6.
Well, that was garlic bread. Those weren't sticks. Those were actually full slices of bread. And it was like Texas toast. It was pretty thick.
Yeah, I know. I watched you eat
Yeah.
6 of them.
All right. Now, here's the best part. Listen to this.
Oh, it gets better.
Oh, yeah. Because that's just, I mean, that's going to get you through life, and that's going to make you feel good, and that's going to probably find you like your soulmate. Okay. Because you're going to get somebody that's vain and probably doesn't care much about you, but they're still going to be there. And you know what? Most people just need somebody there. So anyway, when you order now, we'll throw in the free travel size companion called the Personal Protector. Now, this is an average size person, hence the travel size, but they're loaded with obnoxious character traits and habits that are sure to make they're sure to make anything you do or say just seem cute and adorable.
So how did I get stuck
By comparison.
How did I get stuck with the prototype? Everywhere we've gone on a trip, I've gotten stuck with the prototype of that.
No.
And it was not travel size.
No, we have a prototype. I'm not there yet, Ted.
No, you're right there.
No, we have a prototype. So
Brian gets it.
we believe that the personal protector will be so effective that if you don't punch it yourself at least once in the first week, we'll return it and send you another one. That's how annoying this thing's going to be. So when you go out and you're like, yeah, every time I open my mouth, people think I'm stupid. Cool. Guess who's way more stupid than you?
All right, so what's your prototype?
Everything's okay, so the prototype. Are you ready? Okay, hold on. I have to do this like I'm presenting the Shark Tank because I wrote it out.
I wish people could see how amped up you get.
Okay.
You look at Brian, you look at me, you look at Brian, you look at me.
So you ready?
Yeah.
So,
I'm ready.
But Damon, I'm such a dumpster fire. There's no way this combo could work for me. Hold on, little man. Let me tell you. We got you. Our new development prototype available for sale. I call it the Killing Apathy, Reason, Enthusiasm, and Niceness, or Karen for short. Okay? It can be yours for 13 hourly installments, not weekly because you're going to stop paying. 13 hourly installments of $99.99. Okay? And yes, folks, this freaking warthog would make Jeffrey Dahmer marrying material. Okay? I'm going to tell you this right now. So, Ted, that's the prototype. Okay? Me right here, I probably need one of these because you know what? I'm probably about 6-7 pounds overweight. I mean, I'm uncontrollably hot. I get it. But still the scale, if you were to look at the scale and judge me because you're shallow, then that's what happened. And you are shallow. Mac, I think you're really shallow. So if I got a good read on you, by the way, we could be potential business partners. So I don't mean that in a bad way. Okay. I mean that in like a business type way. Okay. So you're a shallow juice box. Anyway, listen to the plan. It's foolproof. All right. There's so many people who can benefit from our services and even more demented trolls who could be employed by us. And that, my friend, is this week's business idea, which we've now deemed compare. And you know what? I like that. So we'll go with that. All I need now is a yes from both of you, and we're golden.
I'm out.
Where do you recruit these like hideous?
Oh, you got an interest over there.
Yeah.
You know,
That guy's interested.
like.
Yeah.
I will not charge you for the use of the name I came up with.
Do
though.
you
That's
tell
fine.
them that you want to hire them because they're like repugnant?
That's
or-
a good point. I've always wondered how they get those actresses on TV where they're like, your character is going to be the gross one. We project this series is going to go for like 10 years. So you got to be gross for 10 years. Like, how do they, like, what's in the reading on that? You know what I mean? Like, you get that from your agent and you're like, oh, which one am I, huh? Good.
But here's the deal. We go out and find somebody that needs this. Okay. So we're selling them a product. We find somebody that's worse off than them that needs a job. We're employing that person. Now that person has disposable income. And they said, oh, I want what he's got. He buys one. This is like the biggest pyramid scheme.
I was going to say, this sounds like a pyramid
This
scheme
is
of
like
gross.
This is like this is probably the heaviest, no pun intended, but totally intended, Ponzi scheme that you'll ever see.
But again, where are you finding these people? Because I know, and Brian knows, that
Probably buffets.
that the garbage pail kids do not exist in real life. But I'm not sure if you know that.
No, I'm being serious though.
That's what scares me.
Okay, so let's do this. Tonight, okay? I saw people eating flappies in 100-degree temperature.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? People make bad decisions all the time, Ted.
I made one earlier today.
What was that?
I came to this podcast.
You're going to make a second one if you don't buy in on this company. I'm going to tell you that right now.
I'm willing to take that risk.
Mac, you got, well, I didn't get a good look at Jose because it was dark. But what do we?
He seemed like a normal individual to me.
Jose?
Yeah. Is he annoying? Could we use him for the?
No, he would not need your service.
No, I mean,
he would not.
Can we employ him? That's what I'm asking.
No, probably. Well, I don't know. Maybe if like you want the annoying guy, like if somebody thinks that somebody talks too much, like that dude can talk. I don't know.
Because I know
we should have brought him in. We could have filled a whole episode. We could have one in the can. Hey, Jose, you just talk, and when we can't,
Jose,
record
I don't
one
think you're
week-
annoying.
Yeah,
Jose, you're awesome. We're gonna have you on.
I was gonna
We
say-
should have him in one day. It'd be fun.
You know how confident Brian is that none of his friends listen to our podcast? I am going to talk negative about everybody I know on this podcast because I guarantee they've never heard it.
I'm pretty confident.
So
He's probably
back
right.
to compare. Here's what I'm thinking. I hit most on the guy side. the women's side, that's what the prototype, is for the women, because you're going to make it so ignorant and annoying and ugly.
Brian, can I record my disclaimer that you're going to put right in front of this later?
Sure.
Okay. Thanks.
What?
Nope.
What did I say wrong?
No part of it. I don't
Are
know.
you totally out?
Oh, well, God.
Okay.
I was out from the minute go.
How is this not the best idea I've brought to this table?
We are ranking people that are trash humans and then finding people that are trasher trash humans than them and pairing them together?
Yeah.
Out.
Brian?
Jose would be good if you needed to make somebody feel tall by comparison.
Well, see, you seem to have Brian on board.
Okay, so what if it's not just about fat or big or plump or annoying? What if it's about, hey, you're small? We could hire little people too.
I feel like that's dangerous with you, but still out. I don't know why. I'm not even debating with it. You and Brian can work this out. I am perfectly on board with you guys.
Brian, do you fix your fence yet?
Shooting
Can
the
we keep
moon
them in
with
your
this.
yard?
No.
I love how all of these projects are NIMBY. They're not in Damon's backyard. They're all in. Hey, you got a guy that has a place that we can put these things? I don't want it.
So you see absolutely no merit. Now, Mac does. So apparently we're going to have a meeting off camera later on.
That's fine.
And we're going to be fine. So, Mac, do you have some startup capital?
No, I'm broke.
Okay, Mac's out. All right, so I'm back. Ted, can I borrow a couple dollars?
I'll have to see how Carly did this week, and I'll let you know.
I might have 25.
I might have $25 coming.
Might have $25 coming, which coincidentally is not going to help you pay for the podcast.
Yeah. We find 3 Carlys.
But I do like the name, the Compare. So I think we're going to stick with that. Cool, because we're going to lead into then this. We're starting our website.
Yes.
We're going to be launching our website. So all this stuff we're going to put it.
Is our website just a front for your businesses?
It might be. It might be. Well, what I'm thinking is we have a parent company called That Checks Out.
Right.
And then we have all these other side hustles. That's what they are. It's side hustles. I don't see how you can't make money on this. If you think about it, someone that feels terrible.
I'm not saying that you won't make money. I'm just saying I don't want a part of it.
Why?
I think I explained that reason earlier where you want me to go out and judge people in their level of trashiness.
No, they're going to judge themselves. They're going to be like, I'm such a loser. I need this.
Those are the people that need it. But you want us to go find the people that make them look better.
Yeah.
Those people aren't going to volunteer.
Well, they need money. There's a lot of people not working right now.
That is true.
So then, like I said, what we do is we give those people a job that are, not, whatever, all them categories. How do I say it politely?
We can't. That's kind of the problem.
Okay. All right. So, but we hire those people. All right. Those people.
That's even worse. I want that. You time mark this, Brian. This is out.
So then when we hire them, they have disposable income now. And then they're like, I don't want to be this guy. You have to see where the story's going.
Oh, I see where it's going.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're back in.
No.
Okay. All right. You're missing the ground floor opportunity.
That's fine.
I'm going to tell you right now. So
it's ground floor and it goes straight to hell.
Do you have, just nominate me a couple people then that I could call that you might think would apply for this? What do you have?
Not touching it. Nope. Out.
Big Mac?
Here's Jose. That one.
Brian, hey Brian. So I turned my head to actually look at Brian's picture. Okay, Brian put up a picture of something.
Careful.
And the fact that Brian had this on his phone already is
this is also from 6 years ago, so that's also frightening. How quickly he was able to pull that up.
That was
to be fair, he still looks kind of cut there.
Yeah, he's with a bodybuilder. So see, listen, by design, Jose's doing this job right here.
That's what I was going to ask you. Who do you think is hired who here?
Yeah, he does look smaller than the other. I think the guy in the back that I didn't even notice is the guy winning this whole
Oh,
thing.
yeah, because he's like, I'm going to get like 7 likes on my picture because that's going to be his new profile picture, the guy in the treadmill. Yeah. So, but
Jose also looks like if he had wanted to that night, he could have just picked Damon and I up and thrown us out of this room.
Yeah, I really think he should have just came in. I don't know who was going to stop him. It's kind of
he is smaller than the other guy, but that does not make him small.
Yeah, but the other guy is like, I don't know, if the Hulk had a smaller brother.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. And just to point out, that was the picture that was on Brian's phone. So I don't.
It's not my phone.
I think there's more questions we probably need to ask, but not.
How much did you vet Brian before we?
Yeah.
We've talked about how we just walked in one day and we're like, we're going to record.
Do you want to see a picture of Damon and his family?
He does
Taken from the
essentially
bushes?
have a place where he can clean up after like a murderer here.
He's not wearing his shoes because he said they're dirty. There's
Yeah.
probably DNA on those shoes.
That's probably why he can't go in the shower, because he's got a body in it right now.
Well, this has been Forensic Files, everybody. Thanks for tuning in today.
Wow, that really was soured on you. I do not have.
Wow. No, you know what? That threw me for.
Are these a thing for the podcast, or are these something else?
So anyway, we're since we're launching our website, we'll be listing a lot of this stuff on there for people that miss it. And what we want to do, honestly, for the people that haven't heard, then they'll see it, read a little bit about it, and I think they're going to want to hear it. So it'll be fun to see them go in. But what we did to launch the podcast, since we're going into that, or to launch the website, going into this, we wrote each other's bios. And we have not seen them. So my wife gathered both of them. I guess the one that I wrote is slightly longer than yours. So whatever. Size doesn't matter. It's a bio. But anyway.
What I don't get is that there's two of them here.
There's two because we each have a copy of each one. So the one that says Ted is the one I wrote for you.
Okay.
And the one that says Damon is the one you wrote for me. So I don't mind going first. Okay. But I would like to read my own bio that I've never read before that's going on our website when it launches, hopefully this weekend. But I'm going to tell you, I got a really busy week. I'm really trying because we need it up there. This is not something that we're not taking serious.
Well, to be fair, people won't hear this until Monday. So
right.
It kind of buys you an extra week.
Yeah. So honestly, yeah, correct. Yeah. So the week this podcast comes out, we will be launching the website. And when we do that, we're going to be doing lots of cool stuff, including, I believe we're going to have an Instapot giveaway, Ted, because I happen to have a new one.
Never made it in your house.
Made it to the garage, and it's still in the package with the shipping information on it.
God, I just used my Instapot last night. It's such a nice machine.
So anyway, here, I'm holding out for an air fryer. So
mine's a dual.
Okay, mine's not. So not to downgrade this awesome gift.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's amazing. You could probably... Matt could probably cook a human head in it. I mean, whatever. It's all good.
I apologize to take us down that road.
But with that launching, we're going to have our bios on there. I wrote a bio for Mac that I will also read too, because we put Audiohive Podcasting on that, and you're on the page along with the direct link here and everything else. So the page that hasn't launched yet. So don't screw this up, Juicebox. All right, that's all I'm saying. So. I will gladly read mine first. And again, folks, I have never seen this.
It's taped too. She didn't trust you at all.
No, well, I told her, I said, I'm not going to look at him. She goes, I believe you. And then I find out it's like, okay, cool.
It's taped. It's stapled.
All right. Are we ready? All right. Damon Paracchio. So Damon, star of the show. Well, not really, as it is a two-man show. But a fragile ego can't handle sharing the spotlight. Scientists theorize that I am the offspring of Joe Dirt and a Bon Jovi cassette. Okay. All right. That is quite solid. Ouch. You're backing away from the microphone.
It's my own joke. I died.
Juice box.
All right. Stop you cold.
All right. So in my off time, I like to put gravy on my biscuits and play with my sweet, pretty dog, Minnie. That could not be farther from the truth, and I kind of want to murder you right now in Brian's shower. Okay? That checks out as the only smart business idea I have ever had, but that is mostly because I brought in Ted Wilson to be the heart, soul, and comedy genius of the show. So this is the bio that's going to go on the website. And I think maybe monthly we will be updating them for each other, because I am never writing my own bio after reading this.
I want that to go in a month of 31 days.
Yeah.
I want that to ride.
So here's the other thing. My other thought is when we do this, dude, just the whole, he's the offspring of Joe Dirt and a Bon Jovi cassette. First off, picturing that happening, very odd banging. It is what it is. But second off, we're going to ask people to check out the website, of course, but then to email submit stuff. So what we might do too is even have people write one sentence at a time, write our bio and or Brian's bio.
Okay.
So I can tell you right now, Big Mac's bio simply says nope. That's all I put in there.
It's already
That's
on the
all
site.
it's going to say.
Like ours have placeholders. Yours is just Big Mac biography. Nope.
Yeah. so she had written all this stuff. She's like, someone needs to write Brian's thing, and she's writing through all this stuff. And I said, you know what? I said, just put nope. And I said, because I think that's gonna be the one too, to let people from here write. You're gonna get something about your shower. You're gonna get something about talking to the microphone. It's gonna be awesome. So we'll have fun with that. But
so now I got to read mine.
You have to read yours.
Right?
Yes,
yeah,
yours says Ted on it. And I am.
Like, you can see my confusion. We'll need it too. Like, I don't understand why there's 4.
Totally understand. I'm not sure why there's 4 either, but it's all
I'm
good.
confused because I only wrote 1.
This is.
She didn't trust me at all. This is like quadruple taped.
Yeah, I wrote the damn thing and I transported it here.
All right, Ted Wilson. I am a self-made hundredaire who enjoys making people laugh and swerving to miss squirrels at high rates of speed. I take great comfort in the vanity of having a second L in my last name that serves merely as a status symbol. Other words that compare to Wilson are unchallengeable, obvious, intelligista, the intellectual elite of society, and whatchamacallit, a delicious candy bar.
They all have double L's, man.
They do.
Solid.
I perform stand-up comedy locally, enjoy the Back to the Future franchise, and can juggle 3 apples when I'm not hungry. 2 if I am. I'm really just a guy who's following his dreams and will do anything to make this journey a success. Successful enough to buy custom shoes. This one's not a vanity thing, but both of my big toes are on my left foot. While walking in a straight line can be difficult. While walking in a straight line can be difficult, I'm a beast at playing kickball. Turning negatives into positives, 2 L's at a time, Wilson 2020.
Hey, you can run for president with that too.
I can. That was a pretty good cold read, I thought, Brian. What do you think? I messed up that one line, but the rest of it was pretty good.
So how
you wrote a lot, yeah.
How do you feel about yours? I feel like
I think it was a lot more positive than I thought. I think that it feels like I took a bigger dump on you now that I've read the one you wrote about me.
But the comparison, when I started thinking 2 L's, I'm like, I'm going to find words with 2 L's in them that just make you elite.
Zany's Brian and I tried forever to make a 2L joke about 1 L being silent and then trying to put an L into weird words and stuff. We tried to crack that nut forever. So
yeah,
I don't think we've cracked it yet. But
yeah. Still working.
Yeah, still working on it.
Still looking.
Still working. Like, I was going to pronounce words the wrong way. Like, for my entire life, I thought words were with double letters. You didn't say the second. Like, I could say your last name wrong because I thought only one letter in a double would be.
I took great pride in that. I wrote that at 4:30 in the morning. I woke up one day and I said, I'm gonna write this.
Here's how this played out for me, folks. Is that I get a text from Damon, I think, saying, "Can you take a call?" And I say, "Yeah." I get a call that says, "Hey, this is what we're gonna do." He's explaining the whole thing. His wife is talking over the back of him, so I can hear her in the background saying, "I just put this in an email and sent it to him." And he's like, "I don't know about an email. I didn't see an email." And then I open it up. I'm like, "Oh yeah, here it is. It's on an email."
Yeah.
So really, all you had to do was text me and say, "Hey, make sure you check your email. It might have gone to your junk folder," which it did. So we're having a conversation about something neither one of us know about, but the information is both out there for all of us. And then I look at it, I'm like, all right, 10 minutes later, I send it off to Nicole. What I wrote to you, I send it off. I'm like, I'm done. Apparently you sat on this for a while and really let it stew and got it out probably before your stew.
I got yelled at. She's like, I got to have it. I'm like, when I get home from work at the end of a day or it's nighttime and I'm done coaching football, whatever else, it's late. My brain's not.
Yeah, you don't have time. You got to go take a car to AutoZone. You got to drive to your work. You don't have time for this.
Ain't nobody got time for that. You know?
Nobody got time for that.
But so I told her, I said, you just gotta relax. So I got up the next morning. I got up early and I said, you know what? I went to the computer, sat down, and I wanted to see. I don't check daily. I check maybe once or twice a week on how's the podcast doing, how's the numbers look, how's this. So I said, I'm going to do that and I'm going to write it. And I started, and then I had the whole thing with the Wilson, where the second L, and about making it a vanity thing, about how I get a second L and you don't, And I said, I have to find some words. And so I scroll down and I see whatchamacallit. And I'm like, I don't care what they're going to call that. I'm talking about the frickin' candy bar. You know what I mean? Because those were awesome.
Yes, but that's also one of your words. You know that, right?
I do.
That's one of your go-to words.
I do. So
that's what I thought. That everybody was like, oh, he's actually going with the candy bar version.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised.
I was
pleasant 2L surprised.
Yeah. Pleasantal. No, you have to put them together.
Well, that's what I meant. Pleasantly surprised.
So you're really trying to do a bit on that, huh?
Yeah, with 2Ls. I think just now talking to you, I think I cracked it. I'll tell you later. It's not worth it now. I don't want to waste all my material for when I never go back on stage again.
Yeah.
Stupid Corona.
Stop drinking them, man. If you sober up, you'll get back on stage. You'll be fine.
Oh, it's over.
So Mac, would you like us to write you a bio, or would you like us to let everybody else write you a bio?
Oh, now he can't answer. Nope. He's torn.
Yeah. I'm going to give you multiple choice answers from now on. None of them are going to be no.
Yeah, let's let everybody else do it.
All right.
Yeah, I like that.
We're going to let everybody else do it. So, yeah, by the time this launches, it'll be Monday, probably by the crack of noon, I'm guessing, whenever Mac gets out of bed. But I'll get it edited. If I get it edited now, you'll have it up and ready, right? It'll be ready early.
Nope.
Damn it.
Look at it. 2 seconds later, you walked right back into it.
I had to think about my day tomorrow.
If I get it edited now, you'll have 2 days to get it ready. So will it be ready at 5 o'clock on Monday morning or 6 o'clock on Monday morning?
I'm going to have to work on it Monday morning.
Do, do,
I have 16 chickens to butcher tomorrow.
Can we edit
Clean
that out?
process.
Yeah.
My mom's in town.
You should have started with that, Mac.
Yeah.
I got to murder chickens.
Yeah.
My mom's in town.
Now we know it's a festive mom thing. We knew we would understand the murdering
we get
chickens, you know? Wow. Yeah. I'm trying to get my mom to come over. I got a dog I want to get rid of.
Wait. Is chicken's a code word?
Chickens. Look at him. He keeps talking about his wife. She's my little chicken. No. You can't do that. So weird. You're so dark, man. So dark. Man, take a shower and relax and watch some Who's the Boss. But no, it'll be an interesting week. I'll have fantasy football drafts to talk about next week. I'm sure you'll be riveted because I know how much you're into it. Mac, do you watch football at all?
Not really.
No? You don't strike me as a type. You watch any sports?
No.
No? Ted, you watch any sports? Not basketball anymore either, right?
Not really, no.
No, that was really the only one you really got into before anyway, right? Is basketball?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I occasionally watch a game if it's on, but I don't.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't build my day around it.
Yeah. Well, and I'm strictly football. So I mean, if something happens,
I know you get very angry when any of the seasons, whenever the local teams bleed into the start of football, when our baseball teams here locally get good and they're playing into October, you're like, this is football. Why are we? Because ESPN or SportsCenter and they'll be talking about baseball, and you're like, I don't care.
Right.
Get it off.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this is crunch time. It doesn't matter. It's week 2 of the NFL, and that's what I want to hear about. Yeah, they have 14 more weeks to go or 15 more weeks to go, and guess what? I don't care. I want to hear about that. No, I listen to either Sirius Radio or podcasts, so it is what it is. You know, I don't.
Do you recommend any good podcasts?
None that I'm aware of. No,
Yeah.
no, none. And apparently Mac doesn't either because he likes to berate all his friends and talk about murder on our podcast. So, what do you do on if you record for a chaplain or somebody what do you talk about on there?
Oh, I'm not allowed to talk on those.
Yeah, I think.
Are we the only one that's like?
Yeah, I think we threw him a loop by being like, "Hey,
Yeah.
You can talk." Well, I don't want to talk on these. I think we're the only ones that did that.
I think that's why he puts his phone in his hand. He's like, they're going to talk to me, and if I look busy, maybe they'll just leave me alone. No, we're not going to, because we are Relentless Juice Boxes, and we are not going to do that. So
I think we are going to wrap it up, though, right?
We should wrap it up. You have no performances coming.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay. I have no performances coming.
True.
Other than 2 awesome drafts that are going to happen this weekend. If anybody wants to hear about them, I can tell you afterwards. Anybody? Huh?
Still out.
All right. Mac?
You're talking about sports?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. That's awesome. Thanks. All right. So we'll talk more about this whole, maybe we'll just do it for short and tall people. Because if that's what you're pointing out for Jose. And if we got a prototype.
If it's just short and tall people,
that's an easier
I might be
one.
back in.
Really?
You could almost pay me to be taller than people.
Really?
Yeah. That's not something that's just, you can look at someone and be like, you're shorter, you're taller. I'm in with that.
So if I rework this model, I might have something going on here.
Maybe.
That's a solid maybe?
It's a maybe.
Mac?
Yeah, work on it.
Well, that's not a maybe. What do you,
Well, for Mac,
he's like,
for
yeah.
Mac, that's closer.
Mac's like,
It wasn't
what?
an immediate nope.
What's going to make you stop talking to me? Yeah, go ahead and work on that right now. Yeah. Spend some quiet
You're
time
doing
with
that
yourself.
right now, outside. I got some nice steaming blacktop out there. Why don't you go find that and work on it?
But no, I'll have another one for next week then. Maybe I'll just rework this one to a plan that'll work. Because if we can get on Shark Tank, think about it. Do you have any capital for me to get on Shark Tank? Or how much capital you got?
How much capital I got?
Yeah, just start. I just need some startup
I
capital.
got 3. I got one in my first name, one in my middle name, and one in my last name.
two in your last name. They're both L's.
I got 3 monies.
Yeah, I have 3 monies. I know you have $2 that you could invest.
That's true.
But we're gonna have to break the glass.
Break in case of glass.
We're gonna have to break the
In case
glass.
of emergency.
And we should say too, we went on theirs, and then they're going to be coming on ours in October.
Yes.
The Intentionally Loaded crew is going to come down here and see how this stupidity happens. And they're going to be in for a whirlwind. Yeah, an absolute whirlwind. So
they might want to bring their strap and rope and their laundry baskets.
Yes. Is your fence going to be fixed by then? Did you get approval?
I haven't heard anything about anything.
That's not a good sign.
That
means you're not getting it.
You're out.
That means you're done. You better start putting it up yourself.
Yeah, you might as well. Might want to go buy a tarp on the way.
How many chicken carcasses does it take to fill in a hole in a fence?
I'll have a lot of feathers.
I don't.
Would you stop just steering him down a road and being like, "Hey, left turn, right turn, go"? Because he's left turning every time. Like, I don't know if you noticed. It's never the road we're expecting.
I'm kind of enjoying it.
Yeah.
Kind of enjoying it. I want to see him come in like a chicken suit next week. You know what I mean? Homemade.
Suddenly, like, all the chairs have, like, pillows on them.
My mom made this. It's crocheted. She was in town, you know. We slaughtered us 18 chickens. Oh, man.
Wow.
I don't know where you live, but if a fat guy with his bottle of Sweet Baby Ray's shows up on your front porch, that's me. Okay? Wow. All right. Yeah, we should probably take this out. So the website, as it comes up, will be thatchecksoutwdt, and that's where you're going to want to go and check out what we're doing, and you can see what's coming up. And we are seriously, when this thing is over, we are going to do some live events.
Yes.
We have to. That's the one thing I get every week, Ted. Seriously, is people, hey, when are you think you're going to do something where like we can come watch? And so, is there any chance of you using your fence money to build like stadium seating in this office?
I could replace the 4 chairs with much less comfortable stadium chairs if you want me to.
We sit on this side, so we're okay. I'm not. We're the talent, Brian.
No, I'm talking about those chairs.
As you look around the table, there are 4 chairs.
We're just sitting on the bleachers.
Well, I mean, he's got 2 stools. Those are higher.
Hey,
You're already halfway there. Whoa.
yeah, you're living on a prayer. Yeah,
I could, we got the green screen there. I could put maybe like a stadium behind you.
I like where this is going. It's still going to seat like 4, Brian.
Yeah.
It's,
Well, he really needs more air conditioning because the 3 of us in here have roasted.
Oh, you know what? It is warm right now.
Have you noticed?
Oh my, yeah. I'm in shorts, but my knees are bent, and I think the back of my knees are wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm sweating.
You're gonna have to like get new like chicken covers for these chairs anyway. Yeah. I think Damon and I are gonna pull the material up when we stand.
Yeah.
I've been trying to figure out what to do with all that skin.
Yeah, with the chicken skin?
No, I don't think that's what he meant. I honestly do not think that's what he meant.
That's where my brain took me. So I'm gonna stay in a happy place. So Tony Danza.
If he tells us to put the lotion in the basket, I am out. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been That Checks Out. I'm your sidekick, Ted. That is our star of our show, Damon, Joe Dirt / Bon Jovi Cassette Paracchio.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
And the man with the chicken plan, Brian Big Mac here at Audiohive Podcast Studios. We'll see you next week.
Us and the Chicken Slayer next week. You really gonna kill me, chicken?
Hooks for the acoustic panels.
Oh.
Kind of came out a little.
So you just beat it back into the wall.
So what's that thing you got that you're all excited about? What does it do? That piece of equipment that you bought?
Can you see it?
Yeah, does that make it
It's a
sound
fader
better?
port. No.
Can you see it? Can you see it?
It's got a mute button.
Oh, well then yeah.
Well, don't be a dick. Then it doesn't make it sound better.
So what does it do?
Wow. So make it sound better only to me because it can mute you. Wow.
It controls the software, so I don't really use it for live. But when I'm editing and stuff, it makes it so I have to click and type less.
Oh, nice.
Oh. Okay.
It has to work less for the same amount of money.
How does it erase your juice
That's
boxness?
the idea.
Yeah. Okay. Just checking.